Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here with a wig review in partnership with name brand wigs. This is the brand new Jon Renau CAELEN in the color 633. This is an open cap style, and which means it has no cap features, which means it has a very good price point, under $200. And if you can find a coupon, you can probably get this for somewhere around maybe $170, $160. And it has no lace front, no mono top, so it's very, very basic but beautiful waves. And Jon Renau says this is the first open cap style with a wave pattern like this that they've created. This wig was named in honor of their education ambassador. Her name was CAELEN, and she was tragically murdered last year, and they put out this style in her honor. So if you want to know more about this style, then stick around. I'll tell you all about it. I would like to thank Name Brand Wigs for sending me this style to try and to share with all of you. It's always such an honor and a blessing to have opportunities to show you lots of different styles, and the support of wig manufacturers and retailers makes that possible for me, so I really appreciate it. So CAELEN, this has such a beautiful wave pattern. There are some things to be aware of on this style though, so you really do want to watch this review. If you're looking at this thinking it's super cute, I want to tell you some of the things to be aware of. But before I get into any of that, let's look at this style from all sides. I absolutely love the curl pattern on this. It is so soft and so polished. It is a great style for times when maybe you're dressing up or going to an event. It really does have that just beautiful, soft, loose curl pattern. And the fibers feel really soft, really nice. They look extremely realistic. And I am not sensing any synthetic shine from this one. I really think, for the most part, it's a very realistic looking head of hair. There are some things, though, that may be a challenge for some. And that has to do with the fact that this has a basic cap and no mono features. Now, depending on the style, basic cap wigs can look just as realistic as other wigs, but sometimes you get a style where there are challenges because of the nature of a basic cap. This one has some visible permatease right up here at the part line, and if I get close enough, I think you can kind of see the frizzy fibers. That is not a flaw, and that is not super abnormal for basic cap wigs. I have talked about this in the past when I've done reviews for basic cap wigs, especially ones that are fairly straight on the top. If you get a basic cap wig that has a lot of curl that goes all the way up to the cap, or a short basic cap wig that is kind of choppy and layered, and so you get a bunch of hair fibers sort of standing up at the top, those tend to hide that permatease a lot better than the straighter styles. Permatease is necessary in a basic cap wig because you need something to disguise the cap, and so they sew the fibers in, and permatease will allow you to not see the wefting or the cap. That's one reason why basic cap wigs have more permatease sometimes than caps with monofilaments and other types of cap features. So on one of the things you'll be dealing with on this one is just a little bit of visible permatease. There are lots of ways to manage that though. One of my favorite ways is to wear headbands with those wigs. So if you get a basic cap wig, you love everything about it except maybe that visible permatease, you can take a headband and you know, just arrange the hair however you want. Now I can't pull this hair up because there's no lace front, so I can't do that, but I can pull some of the hair back. I can put the headband on and then rearrange the hair. And what happens is this headband now totally disguises that visible permatease. So I don't want to discourage you by telling you about the visible permatease from trying a style with a basic cap. There are so many great things you can do to hide it by styling and by using accessories. So this one is super, super cute. The other thing I want to caution you about is the fact that it has a lot of permatease right on the top, which gives this one quite a bit of volume. Poof and volume do not translate well on video. I get comments a lot on wigs that I talk about, maybe they're a little full and poofy, and I'll get comments saying, well, it didn't look full and poofy. Video has limitations, and one of the limitations is you really can't see volume and poof all that well on video. Trust me when I tell you this has quite a bit of permatease on the top and quite a bit of volume. So if you don't like that, or if you get overwhelmed by hair, or if you're new in your wig wearing journey and you struggle with wigs looking wiggy, this probably isn't the style for you to start out with. But if you're experienced, if you love full hair, you know, and if you're that person who's always zhuzhing up your volume, your wigs to get more volume, you're gonna like this one. This one does have some great volume. It doesn't have a ton of permatease all throughout here though. I feel some here, quite a bit here, and back here I really don't feel much. So the main volume is like this area right here. That's where you're going to sense the volume. Let's talk about, oops, I'm stuck on my earring. Oh, I'm really stuck on my earring. All right, let's talk about the cap. So when I said kind of an open cap design, it's also known as a basic cap, machine-made cap. All of those are pretty interchangeable using those. So that's what this means. So what you have here is you've got your soft velvet front. There are some little tiny wefts right here which give good ventilation, which I think is kind of necessary in a wig with as much permatease on the top as this one has. Because what permatease does is it creates sort of a layer of insulation that can make some wigs hotter. It's like wearing a hat on your head. So when you've got all of this wefting, that allows for some good airflow through the wefts, which can help for a wig to be a little bit cooler. But when you add a bunch of permatease, it is kind of making that a lot more insulated. So it's nice that they gave you these little wefts here to give a little bit of airflow right on the top of the head. You've got your soft ear tabs with bendable stays, and they sewed a ton of hair into these ear tabs, which really provides coverage on the sides, and we'll talk about how this one fits me. And then you've got an extended nape, and you've got your Velcro adjusters. Jon Renau is known for being really pretty true to average. This one's running a little small. This one is, I would say the circumference is true to average. I have a 22-inch circumference, and I don't even have the adjusters out all the way. It is cinched in just a little bit. So around my head, this is fitting me really comfortably, and I would say this is going to fit anyone from sort of an average petite all the way up to, you know, 22 and a quarter maybe, or even maybe a little bit more, because it does have a little bit of stretch. Where it's running small though is over the top of my head. So I am not getting excellent coverage on this one. You can see all of this bio hair of mine, even with all of the hair that they have sewn into these ear tabs. A lot of times when a manufacturer sews a lot of hair into the ear tabs, it provides really good coverage. This one is not. And the ear tabs are falling way high on me. So here's the ear tab, here's my ear. For reference, I consider a wig that fits me well to have an ear tab that falls, I would say even a full quarter-inch lower, at least. I like ear tabs that fall, so you've got the top of my ear. I like them to fall in front and slightly below the top of my ear. That way they don't sit on my ear, but they cover my side bio hair. The reason why you care about that is more for styling purposes than anything. This is not uncomfortable. It isn't uncomfortable when the ear tabs ride that high. As a matter of fact, if you're a glasses wearer, having the ear tabs a bit higher up actually can be more comfortable, because then you can easily tuck the arm of your glasses right behind your ear and you don't have to worry about that ear tab at all. This will be super comfortable with glasses. Where it's a problem though is if I want to tuck, I'm gonna have to deal with the fact that I've got bio hair showing. Now, if you get a wig that's very similar in color to your bio hair and you've actually got longer bio hair than I have, that's probably not a problem at all, because you'll just blend your bio hair with it. And I used to do that when I first started wearing wigs before I buzzed my hair. But now that I've buzzed my hair, I do struggle sometimes because it's just so obvious that I've got a lot of shorter hair. Plus, you can see how ashy and gray my hair is right here. It just doesn't blend. So that's something to be aware of with wigs, is that kind of coverage. So this one is really running small. It's not like super tight or uncomfortable. It's just more that the cap is so small that I'm not getting good coverage on the sides. I hope that makes sense to you guys. If you want to know what my measurements are, please go down to the description of this video. Just scroll through a bunch of stuff that I already have in there and you'll find all of my measurements, and that's always included in all my videos so you can compare your measurements to mine. When I said that this is a basic cap, and that's another reminder that this does not have a lace front. So this isn't a wig that you're gonna style up like this. You are going to want to keep this front down. Now, if you want to make this a little more realistic, if you struggle with that part right there, a couple things you can do. You can blend your own hair. If you do have bio hair, people will actually pull out a little bit of their bio hair at the front and blend it in with the wig. That can be really helpful with a basic cap wig. Or you can cut some bangs into it. Now, because of the way they did this curl pattern, you can see it starts a little bit lower. So all of this is relatively straight. So I do think you're going to be able to cut bangs into this one, and the curl pattern isn't going to be too much of an issue. It does want to part right here, at least the piece I have. And so if you go to cut bangs and it keeps wanting to part, you can take a hot airbrush on low heat, or you can use a hair dryer and like a round brush, as long as you do the hair dryer on cool and it doesn't get too hot. This is not heat friendly, so if you're going to take heat to it, it's got to be low heat. I do have a video where I show you how to do that on a regular synthetic. I'll include that in the description so that you know what I'm talking about when I say low heat. But you could cut bangs into this one. It's just really, honestly, it's a super cute style. I just think it's not going to be for everybody because of the poof, because of the visible permatease. But it's definitely a great style for some people, so I don't think people should just write it off. And the fibers feel amazing. The last couple of Jon Renau wigs I got that were really curly were feeling kind of dry. This one is not doing that. It feels really, really realistic. All right, let's talk about this color, 633. This color is a gorgeous auburn brunette. A 6 is a medium dark brown. Brunettes go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Those are the color codes for brunette. 6 is smack dab in the middle. It's a medium dark brown. The 33 is a medium auburn, and so you've got this beautiful blend of a medium dark brown and a medium auburn. Can you see all of those auburn tones? I'm standing in front of my bedroom window, and it's all natural light on me. This time of day, I get such great light in through this huge window. So you're getting this with natural lighting. There is no ring light or artificial light on me right now. It is a great representation of this color. It's just soft and warm, chocolatey with just gorgeous auburn tones in it. The auburn in this is quite red. I would say that there are some very standout sort of reddish highlights in this. It's not streaky, it's not super highlighted, it's fairly well blended, but you can definitely see the different tones, and so I would say this is quite dynamic without being in your face highlighted. It's so beautiful. If you love warm brunettes and auburns with just a hint of red, but you like that sort of medium dark chocolatey warm brown, this is that all the way. I think there might be a name for this one. I'm not recalling it right now. Jon Renau, it's kind of funny because they name their colors like toffee truffle, caramel ribbon, but usually when they list them, especially on the retail sites, they don't list them by their name a lot of the time. They list them by the color code. So I'll make sure the name is in either the description or the title as well. So you'll know what this is called, both the color code, which is what you'll typically find, or the name. Let's get outside so that you can see this color outside. I did use this wig as an example for an unboxing video I did to show kind of what you can do with a brand new wig out of the box if you think you're going to return it. I will link that in the description so that you can see what this looked like out of the box. It is pretty much out of the box. I did comb it out. I shook it out. You know, it had a little bit of box hair, but not terrible. I didn't have to, you know, spray this down with water. I didn't have to do anything really extreme. But when you get a wig with quite a bit of Permatease, then box hair is a real risk, because it's packed tight in that box and you squash that Permatease. So just keep that in mind if you're new to the wig wearing journey and you get a wig that you just looks terrible out of the box. If it's got a lot of Permatease, the only real way to assess it is to really wake that Permatease up, which you can't really do if you think you might return it. But getting your fingers in there at the cap, doing this with it, shaking it out a lot, you really just have to allow the hair fibers to kind of spring free and to break that Permatease up. So you're going to want to use your fingers. You're going to want to use, I didn't bring my wide tooth comb in, but a wide tooth comb, and really get in there on that Permatease. That will make all the difference on a wig that has some box hair. And Permatease wigs are kind of notorious for that. So let's get outside. You can see this color outside. Thank you so much, Name Brand Wigs, for sending me this. Please check them out if you've never purchased from them, namebrandwigs.com. They have a lot of resources, great customer service. So if you need help finding a color or a style, their customer service can help you, and I will have a link in the description for you. All right, I think I'm done. Let's get outside. So here we are with 6:33 outside. I'll step into the sun in just a moment, but this is what it looks like in some shade. All right, where is the best place for me to catch this sun? Let's walk over here. Pay attention to where I'm walking when you have a couple dogs running around. There we go. The sun's right there. Can you see just the beautiful auburn and how gorgeous that chocolatey is? And I'm sure you can see what I meant by that Permatease right there. That will diminish over time. As you wear a wig that has visible Permatease, it will start to just sort of, the fibers will lift up, the Permatease will reduce. It won't always be as visible as it is maybe in the very beginning. The thing is, there are trade-offs in the wig journey. If you want the most realistic wig, then you're going to pay a little bit more money for that, for those extra cap features. But if you're on a budget, then learning how to deal with wigs at a lower price point is going to be super important for you, so that you're able to have some flexibility in what you wear. Hope this helped you guys, and I hope you got a good look. Really, really beautiful color. Thanks for watching.